welcome to episode 1 of Convention Help Desk. Today we're going to be going over how to find the convention that's right for you and how to get a badge to go to that convention. As well as at the end of this, I'm going to be talking about how to pick up your badge so that you can, go. So how do you find the convention that you would enjoy the most, or what would be considered the convention that's right for you? Well, you gotta think about this a little bit as in terms of what do you like. Now, I know I'm mostly an anime channel, but I can't talk about other stuff. And I will talk about other stuff eventually. But that's not all there is. The most common ones are Comic-Con. That's what everybody knows. If you talk to a non-cosplayer or a non-con goer about conventions, they're going to automatically probably say Comic-Con if they know what that is. If they know what a convention is, they're going to say something along the lines of Comic-Con, Star Trek convention, Star Wars convention, because that's what most people have known about. Especially like the older generation who grew up on Star Trek and Star Wars, and that was all there was. There was no other conventions, that was it. And then there was like, your comic book store convention, I think, every once in a while. They would just, have a big meetup, basically. But people are going to assume you're talking about Comic-Con or similar. So you use those as examples, because a lot of people still don't know what anime is. Especially the older generation, they don't know the word anime. They know what comics are, they know what Star Trek and Star Wars are, so it's just easier. What I do is I say to people that I'm going to a event similar to Comic-Con, and then I kind of explain it a little more. But whatever you're explaining to them, whether it be anime, Doctor Who, Harry Potter, because that all exists, your different fandom conventions, or even a Comic-Con, you can explain to them what it is, and that's going to be what you like. Whatever you're explaining to them is what you like. So think about it in that term. Or do you watch anime and read manga? Do you like comics more? Do you not watch anime? Things like that. So think about what you like and don't like, and then that narrows it down to what conventions you want. Now, I will start off a little bit here by telling you that anime convention does not mean it has to be anime. There are sci-fi dealers in there, like you can buy like a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who, or you can buy like a Batman figure. You can buy that stuff at anime conventions, but there's only going to be like one booth for it. Where at a Comic-Con, there's going to be multiple booths for just comic stuff. And there's usually going to be a lot of sellers with bins full of comics at Comic-Cons. Where those people, there might be one booth with like 1 or 2 boxes of comic books, and that's it. So if you want to go because you want to find comics and do more comic related stuff, go to a Comic-Con. But you can still cosplay Comic-Con characters, like comic characters, at anime conventions. It's not, you have to be anime or you have to love anime to go to these. So just putting that out there. But like I said, the big thing you gotta know is what you want, what you like. So if you like anime, look for anime cons. If you like comics, look for comic cons, things like that. And there is an anime and a comic, there's like one anime and one comic convention at the very least in every state, I believe. So no matter where you are, there's gonna be something. So look it up. That's kind of what I'm getting at here, is you gotta kind of look up what you want to go to. Because I can't just sit here and give you guys conventions to go to or to check out, because I don't know where all of you guys, I'm not going to name off every single one. That would take so long, and this video would be really, really fucking boring, and you guys wouldn't want to watch that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some outlets to go find them. There's only really one outlet. I don't know about any others, but anime conventions, you can go to animecons.com, and that site has all of the anime conventions in the US. I think it's in the US. I don't know if it's outside the US too, but it's all of them in the US. There might be a couple of new small ones that aren't on there. They like just started up maybe, like that are 1 or 2 years old. They're still kind of, they haven't updated it to add those yet. And then there are some that have since stopped doing their thing. There are a couple conventions who have just completely disappeared now, and they're still up there, which is getting to my next point of using Google. Google, Bing, whatever. I suggest Google, because Bing sucks. But that's just me. But use Google and just search. If you find a name on the website and you think it's close enough to you, you might try that one. Let's say for me, I live in Washington. I live near Seattle, so SoccerCon is the first thing that comes to everyone's mind in Seattle. Is okay, so you gotta try SoccerCon. Well, what if I don't know about SoccerCon? On my first try, I already knew what soccercon.org was. I don't have to really do any research, and I had friends who went already, so that helped. But if you don't, and you're not like me, you don't have friends who went, you don't already know the website, you can Google the name of the convention. And like, you might need to make sure you know the full name. Like NewCon that I'm going to next, it's NewCon PDX. So Portland something, because it's in Portland, Oregon. And there are NewCons like in other states. So they're NewCon PDX. So if I search NewCon, it'll give me all the different NewCons instead of just that one. Where when I put PDX at the end, it comes up with just that one. So that way I know which one I'm talking about, and I know which one I'm looking at. So what you're going to do is you're going to Google the name. It'll usually give you the website. Go on their website, go check out what they're like. Find out where they're located, find out all that kind of stuff. And then see if it's right for you. If it's not, move on to the next one. And the other part of Google, which was the other part of this, is you can Google what you want to look for. That's the cool thing about Google, is you can look for things in your city or in your state, or both, really. Like I'll search like something, Seattle, Washington, and it'll give me the locations of that in the surrounding area. So I'll get like where I'm at, Auburn, Kent, Federal Way, Seattle, Puyallup, Tacoma. I'll get all those areas of whatever I'm looking at. Like, let's say I'm looking at let's say Walmart. Okay, it'll give me all those different locations of the surrounding areas. So what you can do is, let's say you live in San Diego, California. There are a shit ton of probably stuff going on there. Like, there's Comic-Con down there. But you can look up anime conventions in San Diego, California, and it'll give you all the surrounding things, and it'll probably give you everything in California, period. So you got the entire state to look through. So just look through those and just pick whatever seems right for you. Alright, so now that you found the con that you want to go to, now you got to think of how you're going to attend. What you need is called a badge. I really wish I had an example of a badge for you guys. Think of like on a lanyard. My lanyard's over there. One second. This right here. This is basically what you're looking at. Let's take this off of it. The convention usually will give you a lanyard that has to do with the convention. This is a Crunchyroll one. I don't have my SoccerCon ones anymore because at that time I wasn't collecting lanyards, so I just don't have it, or any of them. But my dad has both of his. I think he went to with me, but he has his. Basically what you're doing is you're looking at something like this. Usually they're turned this way, and this little tab up here with the hole in it is usually on this side, so it's like an ID. And then you take what are those? They're like little clips. It goes through and clips together and snaps together, and then there's a little a mouth clip on there. It looks like a little alligator mouth. Then you take that and you clip it to whatever you're wearing, and then it hangs there like that. And then it has like your name, your badge number, your what age group you're in. Usually the bigger conventions have an age group one. They're usually color coded, or they have a symbol on them. Komori cons, I think blue is adult and green is youth, and then I think like yellow is like under 12, like child. And SoccerCon used to have like they'd have like an M for minor, for the ones that were minor or something, like 17 and under, and then they used to have like the kanji for younger or something on it, and that's how you would know which ones are which. But so that's what a badge is. So how do you get one? What you do is you go onto their website usually, and you can register for one. So there are 3 different types of badges that you can do. 2 of them are free, and 1 of them has 2 different ways. So it's kind of like 4, I guess. So the first 2 are free badges, where you don't have to pay anything for the badge. The first one is staff. Now, you probably know what staff is. You have to work. They'll give you a scheduled time of when you have to be actually doing work, depending on whatever it is. Usually they'll tell you what you're doing before you go to the convention. Like, they're like, okay, well, you're in charge of this. Like, maybe you're checking badges. You just sit at a chair all day, and when people pass by, you just make sure they have their badges. That's pretty much it. And then, whatever else staff does, like setting things up maybe, or like my friend does lighting for the main stage where they do the contest. She makes sure all the lights are good, and if someone wants special lighting, she's controlling the lighting to make it all awesome. So you get free badges doing that. You usually get 1 badge for that, and it's just your badge. The second one is press, and I've done press already, and press is free because you're helping them. Usually press wants your footage of some kind, or from what I've experienced, they do. Akicon didn't, because Akicon is, they're like not that amazing, so they don't really care. They're just like a chill con. They even, the girls that own the fucking place even called it a chill con. They didn't want anything because they didn't care. But at KamoriCon last year, my friend Caesar went. This is before I had my camera, so before I started doing all this video stuff. And he has a video camera. He has a camcorder, like a handheld camcorder. And he went into the staff room or whatever. Like, one of the hotel rooms is an actual staff room, and it's like, it doesn't have a bed in it or anything. It's like a meeting room almost, and it has a bunch of computers. And you go in there and you talk to the staff, and he went in there and was like, look, I already bought a badge, but is there a way I can get a press badge so that I can, like, because when you're press, you get to go in line in front of people for events, because you get to set up your camera and you get to film panels. You get like priority filming panels, so that they make sure that there's enough room for you to get in. So you get in before everybody because you're doing a job. You're filming it for the convention. You're doing a job. You're allowed to be in there first and set up before everyone gets in there. That way you can film whatever's going on. And then that's really it. And then what I do, I just don't do press because I don't want to do all that. I can't do being in small rooms like that with a bunch of people. Claustrophobic, whatever. So I just don't do that. I only did it at Akicon because I didn't want to pay for them. I've mentioned that in other videos though. But so those are the 2 free badges. Like I said, there's 1 more badge that has 2 different ways to get it. One way is cheaper, one way is more expensive. The cheaper way is what we call PreReg. It's short for pre-registration. It's registration, but ahead of time. Registration is when you go to the convention, and then you fill out the paperwork or whatever, and then you give them the information. They give you a badge, you pay for it, and then you go to the convention. Well, pre-registering is when you do it, obviously, previously. You previously registering. That's literally what pre-reg means. Previously registered. So you go on the site. You go to. There's usually going to be like a register or attendee or something on the website that, or I should probably say this side because this is how you guys can see it. It'll be usually on this side of the website somewhere. And you go on there, you either click there or you hover, and there'll be a menu sometimes. Whatever, I don't know. It depends on your con. And then you click to register or pre-register, whichever one it says. Register and pre-register online are the same exact thing. We just call it pre-reg because it helps separate what the 2 actually mean. So you're going to go in there and you're going to pick how many badges you're going to get. If you're buying just for you, 1. If you're buying for you and your friend, you need to provide your friend's information. So you need your friend there to do that too. Because you can pay for both badges. Like, say it's a birthday present or a Christmas present, you can buy both badges and still have it in the other person's name. You just have to have their information. Like, you need first and last name and address and things like that. Something they can prove with an ID card. And I'll get to that in a second too. It looks like that's all I have for the pre-reg. You just do that and then you pay for it and then whatever, you're done. Then registration though, that's the different one. And I guess I already kind of said that. You literally go, you wait until the day of. It usually it's on Friday of the convention. That day, the first day of the convention, has all the events going on. So I want to talk about this because if you can pre-reg, do it. I don't really know how else to put it. It's a lot better, it's cheaper, and you don't have to miss events. A lot of people don't understand that, but I know there are a lot of people who can't do it because they don't have like a bank account, or sometimes they do PayPal or something, they don't have a way to pay for it, which that's fine, and maybe they don't want to pay for it because they don't know if they're going to go until the last minute. That's fine. If that's you, that's fine. That's totally cool. That's extremely understandable. But if you can pre-reg, then do it. But like I said, if you do have to register at the convention, you're going to miss a lot of Friday. Especially things like SoccerCon, where the line's probably going to be like 4 or 5 hours. So if you don't get there first, if you get there like an hour or two late, you're going to be stuck in line for half the day. I can almost guarantee it. You're going to miss everything you wanted to do on Friday. Or just about everything. So it's really worth it to pre-register. So the next and final thing I'm going to talk about is picking up your badge. I mentioned this a little bit in the beginning of the video, and on the 21st I put out a video. On December 21st I put out a video that I was saying that my computer kind of froze on me and kind of messed up, and I didn't have it, and that video I actually had to edit downstairs on a worse computer. Has an older version of Windows and an older version of Movie Maker, which makes it look completely terrible. Like, everything's just terrible in it. Really hard to edit down there. That one's garbage. But anyway, picking up your badge. So when you pre-register, you get the added benefit of Thursday picking up your badge. So what you do is you go to the convention space on Thursday, wherever they're handing out the badges, and then you get in line, and then usually these only take like 15-20 minutes. I've never been in a line for picking up a pre-registered badge where it's taken more than 30 minutes max. That's the longest I've ever waited. And if you get there early too, you're going to be waiting a little longer, but if you get there early, you're going to be first in line. You're getting out right away. So I urge you guys to do that if you can, but I know some of you can't, so if that's you, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal if you can't pre-register. It's just something that's nice to do. It's a nice added benefit of being able to get your badge without missing the convention. So when you go in on either Thursday or Friday to pick up a pre-registered badge, you're going to need two things. One is going to be something similar to this. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but this is a receipt that I got for NewCon, for paying for my badge. And it says, let's see here, there's an icon of NewCon, $40 at NewCon PDX, and then a little code here. I don't know what the code is for, but I'm assuming it has to do with it. Oh, maybe that's my bank card. Like the last four on my bank card, I don't know. Then when I bought it, I'm assuming that's the transaction number. Description is one tickets for NewCon. One tickets with an S, it's plural. I don't know, but they call it a ticket for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because it's more natural to call it that. But one ticket for NewCon PDX 2016, price $40. So that's showing that I paid for the badge. And you're gonna need to bring those in if they want it. Some of them will have a barcode on them, or one of those square barcodes that look like pixelated weirdness. Usually you see them on like just scan here and start doing this. You scan it with your phone barcode scanner thing. Like usually one of those, but there's sometimes barcodes. Depends on your con. I don't know. SoccerCon doesn't do them anymore, but they did, and it was that little square one. But you don't have to print them out anymore for that. But I don't know about this one, so I'm just hoping. And then also remember, some of your conventions may mail like a physical letter, mail the badge to you. KomoriCon did this my first year, and I didn't like it, because what happens if you don't get it, you know? Which is why they stopped. So I don't know, your con might do that, your con might not. If they don't, good con. But if your con does want the printout thing, bring the printout and bring an ID card. If you don't have an identification card, like a state issued identification card, I think most conventions will accept a school ID too. But also remember, one other thing you're going to need, if you're under 18, usually a convention will ask for a parent slip, like a permission slip that allows you to be there, because you're a minor and there's nobody watching you. You should have a guardian with you. Most conventions will, they want to know who your guardian is, and they want a phone number for that guardian, and whoever's watching you at the convention needs to be at the convention or they won't let you in. There's probably ways around it, but I don't want to give you guys reasons to break the rules, because it makes me look bad, and I don't want to be that person, you know. So just, if you're under 18, read the policy and see if you need that slip. It might also tell you in the registration thing. So what about if you're getting it on Friday and you haven't paid anything yet? Well, you just need the ID, basically, and the parent slip if you need the parent slip. So since you don't have to print out, you don't need it. But yeah, bring the ID or school ID and the parent slip if you need it. But you will need whoever's like your guardian. Usually that person will have to be in line with you. Like, they'll have to walk up to the counter with you when you're getting your badge, regardless of how you're getting your badge. And they have to pretty much be like, yeah, I'm their guardian, I'm watching them for the convention. So you do need somebody who's going to be that person. Usually if you're going with a friend, it's usually the friend's parent or the friend's guardian who's, you know, taking them. So you guys can figure that out for yourselves, I guess. I can't really tell you guys how to do that, because I was never a minor when I went. I've been an adult the entire time I've been going, so I've never needed a guardian. So you guys really have to kind of look up that on your own, I guess. But that should be it for this. I don't have any more information. This is all the information I think that is even possible to get for this kind of thing. So catch me in the next episode where I'll be talking about money management and how to budget yourself for cons. So that is it. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you happen to like this and my other videos, why not go over to Twitter and give me a follow at @J_cause. And while you're there, use the hashtag JTopics to give me suggestions for videos or ask me questions for a Q&A. As well as you can use hashtag JReacts, and you can give me suggestions for videos to react to, since now I can do that. Alright, have a good one and see you guys later.